It's not a review mechanism on the decisions of AB. Thank you.
Bill's first reading. Securities and Futures Amendment Bill 2016. Bill second reading. Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury. President, I move the second reading of the Securities and Futures Amendment Bill 2016. The main objective of the bill is to amend the Securities and Futures Ordinance to introduce a new open-ended fund OFC structure in Hong Kong. Currently, an open-ended investment fund may be established under the laws of Hong Kong only in the form of a unit trust due to various restrictions on capital reduction under the company's ordinance. The OFC structure will allow funds to be set up in the form of a company, but with the flexibility to create and cancel shares for investors to trade the funds. Such fund structure is becoming common internationally. Introducing OFC would provide an extra option for fund structure and create a more flexible business environment for fund managers, which in turn could attract more funds to domicile in Hong Kong. This will help to diversify fund types, expand the fund distribution network, and promote fund origination in Hong Kong. An OFC is an open-ended collective investment scheme which is structured in corporate form with limited liability and variable share capital. The proposed OFC structure will have characteristics similar to a conventional limited company in that it will have a legal personality. It will have a constitutional document, namely the instrument of incorporation. It will be governed by a board of directors who are subject to fiduciary duties, and the liability of the shareholders will be limited to the amount unpaid on their shares in the company. Being an investment vehicle, the OFC has the following characteristics. It should not be bound by restrictions on the reduction of share capital. Instead, will have the flexibility to vary its share capital in order to meet shareholder subscription and redemption requests. 2. It should not be bound by restrictions on distribution out of share capital. Instead, may distribute out of share capital subject to solvency and disclosure requirements. And 3. If terminated for commercial reasons, an OFC should be allowed to be terminated in a more straightforward and cost-efficient manner. In view of an OFC's nature as an investment fund, the SFC will be the primary regulator responsible for the registration and regulation of OFCs. The SFC will be empowered by the ordinance to make subsidiary legislation and to publish a code or guideline to regulate and provide guidance on the incorporation, management, operation, and business of OFCs. The company registry will be responsible for the incorporation and administration of statutory corporate filings of OFCs. Apart from facilitating market facilitation, there will be other measures to protect consumers. First, the directors, the investment manager, and the custodian will have to meet some basic eligibility requirements. 2, the OFC board will be legally responsible for all the affairs of the OFC and will provide an additional layer of oversight for shareholders. 3, the investment management functions will be delegated to an investment manager appointed by the board. And this manager should be licensed or registered with the SFC. 4, the assets of an OFC must be entrusted to an independent custodian for safekeeping. And 5, in addition to registration, OFCs which seek to offer their shares to the public must seek the SFC authorization and comply with the requirement of the SFC handbook, including those on disclosure. Mr. President, this is a more flexible investment tool to respond to market needs. We have already consulted the public and the industry, and the respondents generally support the introduction of OFC into Hong Kong. We hope members can support the bill so that we can implement the proposal early. So there will be a diversity of fund registration platform in Hong Kong to promote the development of the industry. This will consolidate Hong Kong's status as an international asset management center. It can also facilitate the overall development of Hong Kong's financial market. And I'll propose the question to you, and that is that the Securities and Futures Amendment Bill 2016 be read the second time. In accordance with the rules of procedure, the debate is now adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
This Council agreed to the motion for the second reading of the